this one will be a real short one. So Kent, as we were walking by, we were talking about you have like a septic tank, but you told me something I've never heard ever. So can you tell us a little bit about what's going on there?
Yeah, this seems to be a common thing that nobody has had to deal with, so it's been great. So this property is on a septic, which is great because it's a lot cheaper than city, right? It's basically free, essentially, until you have to get it pumped. But this property shares the septic with the commercial business next door. Yeah, the septic is on my property, but I share it with them.
So how does that work?
I mean, you know, septics are, there's not a lot of maintenance that really needs to be done, right? You get it pumped sometimes, but I mean, there's not, they just do what they do, right? Fortunately, they are well aware that we share a septic, so I've introduced myself, we've talked. They have been more than willing, even with the previous seller, or previous owner, they've been more than willing to pay half of any issues that come up.
Wow.
Even if it was on this side, like it had nothing to do with their lines coming into the septic, they still offered the previous owner to pay half when he had like a backup.
Gotcha.
And it was nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any tips that you have for new investors if they have septic issues?
They have septic issues? I mean...
Or if they run into a complex thing like this, what do you think they should do?
I mean, the first thing I did when I found out that it was even on septic is I went to public records and I said, hey, give me anything and everything related to the septic system on this property. I don't care what it is. If it's something to do with septic, send it to me. And I got a massive file of videos, photos, because a few years ago there was actually a claim against this property with the septic. The county had an issue with it. What it was is, for some reason, the outflowing waste pipe, I guess I'll call it, was just laying on top of the septic there was no cover, basically. The pipe was just laying on top of it, and then they had a tarp covering it.
Not very safe.
No, you could just be walking and just
fall right into
the septic tank. Not a way that I'd want to go, but
wow. And so from what it sounds like is use the resources that you have to get the answers.
Yeah. And you know, it was really nice that they're super nice people. You know, I went over and introduced myself and just want to keep that relationship well oiled, essentially.
Yeah. This is the dirty side of real estate.
Yeah. While I'm happy that it's on a septic, it's interesting.
Well, thank you, Kent.
Yeah.